welcome to the Two Exes podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to the Two Exes podcast. My name is David.
And welcome, everybody. My name is Ben.
And we're the Two Exes because I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness.
And I'm an ex-Mormon.
LDS.
The Latter-day Saints.
You know the Mormons?
Yeah, you know them.
Is there another?
Church of Jesus Christ of
Latter-day
Latter-day
Saints. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm like, there's got to be one more.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's great that we are talking about the Latter-day Saints because today's episode is all about the end.
Latter days.
The latter days. The end times.
Ooh.
Even though the Mormons don't really talk about the latter days of the days.
And the witnesses know exactly.
Oh, we know where we're going.
So
I got to prepare you all now because this episode gets dark.
Well, I think it's a lot of tongue-in-cheek moments because you have to be able to laugh at the end, but it gets real.
I know. I felt pretty negative.
No. I think talking about the end leads you to dark places.
Yeah, it does. Yes. So we hope you enjoy it. Like, it's a lot. But also, we're just grateful that anyone would listen to this much of anything we ever have to say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, if I say words that I don't agree with, just appreciate the art of it, please.
Which ones don't you agree with?
Nothing. My PSA.
Oh, your PSA? I loved it.
All right.
Yeah, it was really good.
I felt a little bad about it.
But you know what? We also have a sponsor for this episode, Ben.
Oh,
so before we get into the end times, let me tell you this. Ben, are you tired of going to protest and holding up signs that read, ugh, or meh?
Yeah?
Well, never embarrass yourself again with signsass.com.
Ooh, what?
Professional sass mongers turn your rage into razor-sharp protest signs that actually get you noticed.
Okay, keep going.
From savage one-liners to passive-aggressive poetry, they craft slogans that make photographers, marchers, and opponents equally uncomfortable.
Whoa.
Protest smarter, not just louder, with signsass.com.
Ooh,
back to you, Ben.
Sassy. I had such a visual when you said they make these razor-sharp one-liners. And I'm like, I would love a sign that was razor-sharp. And you can see it like a battle axe.
This is like...
That's the kind of protest I want to go to.
This is like just a little sassier than, ugh, meh.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what we're going to have. So we just basically... We're not just supporters. Or no, we're not just selling the brand. We're supporters. We used it at the protest last week. So signsass.com, everyone. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Stick around. We have a good show.
Yeah.
I hope
you make it to the end.
You know what? Make it to the end because that's what the end times are. They're scary.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot to say. Like we always do. So thanks, everybody. Yeah. Thanks, Ethan.
Play us out, Ethan.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
I don't know if you like me.
I don't know if you like me. You took me from a place in the world where the light seems dim. But you ignore me to spite me. Still I take my chances even though that they might seem slim. You throw me into the deep end with no other reason than to see if I can swim. And you smell the blood like a shark and I watch all you
and confessions.
Where we are going to be asking
drinking
questions.
For sure. And asking questions.
Confessions.
Yes. I like that we're doing this little thing.
Confections.
Oh yeah, with libations.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cocktails and Confessions. This is the part of the show that most of you know because you've listened to us. But we ask each other 3 questions, and to make sure that we're giving an honest, truthful answer, because the Judicial Committee comes next, we get really drunk.
Yeah, we lower our walls with today a very red, very sparkling, delicious-looking
slow gin and tonic. I was going to say gin fizz, but it's a gin and tonic. But cheers, prost. Okay, so we're doing it in our commemorative 1987, 85, probably 86 Disney World celebration mugs.
You have Epcot.
And we actually saw some of these in Santa Barbara.
At an antique store.
Yeah, and if they had... Oh, no, they did have like the Hollywood studio ones. I should have bought them. We weren't in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
But anyway, so slow gin and tonic. This is like a drink that my family used to make a lot. And I thought, Ben loves gin. Hopefully you like this. What do you think?
I feel like it's in flavor, the best mix between a vodka cranberry and a gin and tonic.
Yeah, it's got that real sweet punch. I made it really lemony, so maybe that's why you're kind of getting that tart.
Which, you love, I'm looking for.
So
it's delicious.
So I don't know what slow gin is. I'm going to look it up in the fact check, but I think it's a berry, and I think it's literally called SLOE.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
There were pictures of the berries on the bottle.
Yeah, but I don't really know what it is or where it comes from. But so I do like a half a shot of that, a half a shot of lemon juice, a full shot plus a little more of gin.
Why not?
And then we topped it with tonic because you just need a little more like brightness, bubbly deliciousness, and I think it's good.
Yeah.
This is a guzzler. This is a drink that if you're not a drinker, you'll probably be like, I could still taste the alcohol, but it's good. And after 4 drinks, you'll just be like, I could drink 5 of these.
Oh yeah, this is just about your sweet summertime drink,
right?
If you're looking for that,
right? And this is like the perfect, like you already know that our topic today is end times, but it's a perfect end time drink.
Cheers to that!
It's a slow gin to the end.
I know. Hopefully, things can slow down a little bit before it's all over. But let's get this.
Should we get started?
Yeah,
let's get
over
it
with.
Started. How is anyone ever okay with them saying "let's get our word"? Let's get it. Why did we allow that?
And how did I not know about that until years and years later when you told me?
Oh, that's how you found out?
Yeah, I only know Let's Get It Started.
You weren't a giant fan of, I don't even remember.
Let's Get It Started.
What is the band called? I don't even remember.
Is it Santana?
No, it's Fergie and...
Can I get Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah, which, if you don't watch SNL, one of the best skits they ever did was when the Black Eyed Peas were like, they were making fun of them coming up with, I don't even remember
just the lyrics to all sorts of songs, and it's like, oh yeah,
people in the place,
people, where are they?
Yeah,
in the place.
Yeah, so look that up. SNL Black Eyed Peas. It's really a good one. But you know what? Let's get to our confessions. We've had our cocktail. Let's get to the confessions.
All right.
You ask me, I ask you.
Okay,
thanks for always knowing what to do. Okay, my first question about the end times, apocalypse, whatever you want to call it, is how often was the end times or Armageddon discussed at home or in church?
So I think when I think of religious Mormon end times, there was always this like really nice connotation because it was going to be Jesus coming down. Yes, and bad stuff probably happened all over the world, but that's what happened after Jesus died, and the faithful were like led through that. And the Mormons just believe that the second coming, like when Christ comes again, that is when you've made it past the end, and it's all about like the journey into, the tiers of the kingdom of heaven.
Does that happen immediately?
There are, I don't know if it's 100 or 1,000 years that Christ reigns on earth, and when you're alive during that time, I always believed you stay alive through...
Through what? The 1,000-year reign?
Yeah, just like being a missionary and helping people come into the truth.
Now, I don't judge you for not knowing like the details because you were in your religion much less time than I was.
Yeah.
But do you remember hearing about the 1,000-year reign and
only Christ's a few times
once he returns?
That wasn't the topic that was discussed a lot.
Well, okay, so what was the go-to then?
So the go-to was, how do we get ready for when things get bad? Because Christ is leading us, or God is leading us now. Heavenly Father is telling us to prepare for this.
Yeah.
You need to have food storage. You need to have an exit plan. You need to know where like the community gathering is going to be.
So that kind of goes into my next question. So I don't want you to go too far into the planning.
So that was talked about more often, but still only on maybe just a quarterly check-in.
What about like the rapture? Did the Mormon church people believe in the rapture?
Nah.
Okay.
I think rapture.
So there wasn't going to be an immediate, like, killing of people.
Oh,
no,
Jesus comes down from the clouds. He's wearing red.
4 horsemen? Did you guys talk about the 4 horsemen?
I think that the Bible might not be translated correctly at that part.
Oh my God. I forget sometimes that, like, you're not even reading the Bible, really.
No.
So what did the Book of Mormon talk about the end times?
Well, the way that Jesus arrived in the Americas was pretty symbolic to the Mormons.
Okay, it was a precursor.
This is how he's going to come back to America, obviously.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's amazing here.
I know. Why would he go to Megiddo?
Have you been to Florida? Like, of course he's coming to America.
Jesus is arriving at the tip of Florida. So, as far as how often it was discussed, we didn't go into a lot of detail, and I think that was intentional because, similar to the witness mindset, it's about what's happening now. Like, how are you preparing spiritually for this? And I am sure that in Mormon history there were prophecies or, guesses as to when this would happen, but obviously none of those have happened. So I don't know about those. That's the stuff
that's not
would
in
not be
that's not
talked
in
about.
What do they call it? Not the New Testament. The continuing testament? What do they call
the
book?
Doctrine and Covenants?
No. So it's like the Old Testament, the New Testament,
another testament.
Another testament of Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So that really wasn't touched on in that.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it's another.
Well, that's okay. You could
the best testament of Jesus Christ.
The most relevant.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The most true testament.
Okay. Yeah. So at home, did you guys talk about it? Like,
definitely not fixating on the fact that anything was going to happen that would hurt us.
You never worried about being separated.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
No.
Okay. Because we worried about that all the time. Like,
wait, in the end?
Yeah, what if it comes and David's on vacation in another country? How is he ever going to come home? How is he ever going to figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
Or just we made plans, if something happens, it was almost like earthquake preparedness. If something happens, this is the meeting point for everyone. But you do have a meeting point thing because your dad has one. So that must be a modern day Mormon thing.
Well, I think it's kind of an expectation. I'm sure there are, when you look up and research the General Conference talks about, preparing for the end, I think they were always, movements and reminders.
I just have to say, I love that your dad has prepared his home as the place where we could all go.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really logistically going to work out. I mean, I guess more people are closer to him than ever of your family, right?
Yeah.
But could you imagine being stuck in that townhouse for however long? At least we'd have fresh water, but it would still be the next challenge of life.
We've also discussed we'll just break through the foundation.
We have a source of water below our home, so we'll just open the pool back up.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. Well,
all right.
I think you did good.
Thanks. Well, let me ask you your first question. Okay. How often was the end times or Armageddon discussed at home or in church?
Yeah, I mean constant in both.
Constant?
Every prayer you would give for every meal, every end of day, when you're stressed out, you're just waiting for that relief of the end times.
Damn.
Even though it's going to be rough. The end times are coming and we're going to suffer, but it's okay. But yeah, so constant talk. But even in the good ways, it was I know I've talked about this before, but it's you would ask kids in the new system, once Armageddon has come, what are you looking forward to the most? So then there's also that positive spin thing.
Yeah.
But it was always a conversation.
Is the new system when you immediately get your earthly hope fulfilled?
Well, I'm glad you asked that because... No, I'm just teasing because you didn't know all the details. But of course I do because I stayed in through almost my 40s.
Yeah.
Was it my 40s? Yes, my 40s, yeah. I was 43. Mm-hmm. So the end is going to come. They've changed it a lot, so I don't even know what the new thing is, but we were waiting for the call of peace and security, which is from Isaiah, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was after that happened that the UN will take over and abolish religion because religions are actually what's causing problems on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And then the book of Daniel or Revelation, this will cause the businesses of the world to mourn the loss of religion because they make most of their money on religion. So that's why you can see where my hatred of holidays comes from, because it's it is so money focused. Everything is about people going on vacation, people buying stuff, people being a part of this monetary system for this fake religion. So they will mourn the loss of, we call it Babylon the Great, the world empire of false religion. And it's at that point, then once everyone turns on religion, that Jesus at some point will step in and destroy the world, destroy every single person on earth.
So he's coming down to be
yeah,
you done fucked up, Ahab.
Right, and he's going to bring those 4 horsemen, so it's war, pestilence, destruction. I don't even remember what they are, do you?
No, that's not
so there was
thing.
The red horse that was a
so
fiery
are these physical horses that are
no,
coming
I think
down?
it's symbolic of his justice.
Jesus is raining fire
Yeah.
on the earth.
I mean, we talked.
It's like-
I mean, the Bible. I don't know. I'll have to look it up because I don't remember details. But we talked about the people throwing their money into the street because it's worthless now, right?
Mhm.
Like people are just in a panic. Blood is running down the streets because there's just so much bloodshed. So it's like we weren't getting guns to fight it. We were just looking for salvation from that. I don't know. Kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, all of those good and bad topics were discussed constantly because we would look forward to the end when we no longer had the effects of sin like depression and sadness and illnesses and yeah.
Wow.
It's super it sounds crazy to say. It was super hopeful because it's like the world is a really shitty place. Like even my mom when she visited, she brought up like, oh, there's so many things going on right now. Does it worry you? And it's like, okay, Kathy. She's acting like she's on a book study, a preaching call.
This is where everyone else in America, I think the majority of America, can look at witnesses and say, oh yeah, we got that kind of trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Like believing that the end is nigh. It's like signs are pointing toward.
Yeah, I mean, there's always signs. Like they would talk about, there was some scripture. Oh my God. Everyone, if there's any witnesses listening to this, they're going to think I'm a horrible witness. But it was like a sign of the times. And you know what? I think it was Matthew 24:14. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But it talked about like earthquakes and famines and nation will... I don't even remember. Oh my God. This makes me actually feel bad. But
Because you can't quote the Bible.
Because it like was pounded into my head for 40 years. That's crazy that I forgot it so fast.
Well, if you don't use it, you lose it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, we know what you mean. Yeah, so constant, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. And if you don't have a follow-up, we can move on to your first question.
Oh, no, it's just a lot more intense than I expected. Like,
yeah.
I knew it was a big deal for witnesses, the end times, Armageddon. I did not realize, like, it was a consistent action plan. And it makes sense because early on, the first time I, really talked to your oldest sister 4 years ago, she asked that every time we travel, I'll just check in with her.
Yeah, now you know why.
Yeah, because she would expect to always check in with you before you travel, as you're traveling, for your safety.
Right.
And so that you can get back to her
That's
because
so
she
funny.
knows where you are.
That was, okay, remember when Shane told me, like, that's the first time he's like, I think David's gay, and I think he's dating somebody. Because I was on a vacation with him to Malta, and then we went to Italy.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, normally, like, you would be texting your family from sun up to sundown. And he's like, in this time, you were not engaged in the same way. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. But it's because of that. You got to keep checking in. Like, make sure that people are safe. Maybe that's just my family's neurotic.
Well,
And if anyone thinks that, I will... No, just kidding.
it definitely highlights for them the separation anxiety they feel.
Yeah.
That they never get to know what you're doing.
I know. I love
And
it.
now they've gotten to see for a year, who knows how many more in a row, that we'll just have them over and have fun whenever
I know.
they want to talk to us. And then they're staying away.
I think they love that I lost my job. Because it's those moments that most people are like, oh no, like,
No way.
was it religion? Am I being punished? Yes, that's how they think. So I'm assuming they love that I lost my job in some little weird, twisted way.
Mm-hmm.
They would never admit it to themselves, but I know we used to think that. It's like, will this bring this person back to Jehovah?
Mm-hmm. No, that's such a victim complex for the witnesses, though, because when someone loses their job, there it's like, oh, the trials and tribulations of the world. Like, I can't wait until I'm in the new system. This is just part of that.
I think there was a song we sang about trials and tribulations.
Of course
we
there
were
was.
looking forward to them. All right. Why don't you ask me your first question?
All right. So if the world ends tomorrow, how do you think it will go?
If the world actually ended tomorrow.
Yeah. If tomorrow was the end of the world.
It wouldn't be a religious thing. It would be somebody like Trump who thought he could do something easily like Iran, and then he's going to escalate it by doing some like, God, could you imagine if he did what he thought he was going to do and destroyed their power plants? It's like you would basically be sentencing to death millions of people.
Yeah.
And how could any human being that pretends to be religious do that to another human being?
To threaten that publicly.
Yes. It's like, so I think when it does happen, I was just talking to our friends Shane and Regina because they went to see Project Hail Mary, and I don't want to like spoil it if anyone hasn't seen it, but I don't even know if I should say anything. Anyways, like in the movie, like it's kind of like Armageddon.
Yeah.
The end is coming, and they're working together to try to fix it. It is like Armageddon. It's basically just a good version of the movie Armageddon with Ben Affleck.
It was
and
very
Bruce Willis.
entertaining. Yeah.
Anyways, I think I would rather know that there's only 30 years left because I just don't see how it's going to end well. I just see nothing but pain and destruction because we're too stupid. We don't even believe in climate change as a country. Like, it's literally 80 degrees outside and we had like 4 days of snow all year.
I know.
So poorly. I think it's going to end poorly, Ben.
And it's all because we believe in business and getting a businessman to the highest seat in the
businessman
country.
Who bankrupted a casino. It's like, Jesus. Okay. All right. I don't want to go on anymore. So can I please ask you the next question?
Yeah.
Okay. If the world ends tomorrow, how do you think it will go?
Well, you make a compelling argument.
Oh, sorry.
I hadn't thought about it because
I want to hear what you actually thought when you wrote this question.
So, I mean, the first thing when I asked myself, honestly, okay, if the world ended tomorrow, I think that Trump is the biggest chicken in the entire government right now. Mm-hmm. And he only talks big and is probably stupid enough to do something as horrible as, destroy a power plant.
Right.
But...
Or nuke them if he has the ability. If somebody would let him.
Oh my God.
I feel like he wants to Iwo Jima? No.
Hiroshima?
No, well, Hiroshima, yeah, but like...
Hiroshima. Thank you.
No, Lindsey Graham on one of the Sunday shows this week was talking about how they need to level it like Iwo Jima. And I'm like, oh my God, is this the person giving him advice? Anyways, I'm sorry. You go on with yours. Okay.
Well, I thought, I think the end of the world that maybe I hope for if it happens tomorrow is just the implosion and massive, explosiveness of Yellowstone erupting.
Yeah. Oh, I would love that. I would prefer that.
That's what I'd prefer.
As opposed to like climate change. Like, do you see what's happening in Hawaii with like the massive flooding? And it's like horrible there right now. And
this is just like the weather that they get because this is the way the world is.
We don't get anything and they're getting everything. Mm-hmm. And they're on an island, so there's not a lot of places to go.
Yeah, and when Hawaii is covered, the oceans rise up, and what happens to Florida, where Jesus is going to come?
Oh my God, Jesus is going to be so disappointed when he can't go to, what is it called, South Shore? He probably wants to go clubbing when he gets back, so...
God's own son on the dance floor, yes.
All right, but you don't necessarily think negative. Like...
Well, no, I'm terrified,
Oh, you are? Okay. Are you actually terrified at the end?
I am.
Wouldn't you just be grateful that it's gone and done?
No, but I think the end is going to be slow and painful. Yeah. And like all of a sudden everything's cut off.
Yeah.
You have no access to running water, no power, no electricity. If you don't happen to be close to your family, like we'll be able to scrounge and the people of Utah aren't going to riot and, trash each other's houses. Like
they will do that.
There will be some who do that, but not the majority.
I bet there's enough gun nuts here that they will.
Okay. Actually, yeah, that's terrible.
Okay, but that just reminds me yesterday when we were out to dinner with your friend Kelsey and her family, and her son Robbie was being silly, but he was talking about the plumbing in the restaurant. And he's like, what if it just wasn't connected to anything and they just kept it? And I'm like, bro, you have no idea how plumbing even works. Like,
they just keep it.
It's like, what are you talking about? It would be full in a day. But the fact that this kid didn't even know, I'm like, oh shit, when things do happen and the sewage system stops working, like, I don't even know. Yeah.
Gen Z is not going to save anyone. Millennials are not going to save. We're not going to save anyone. We were not prepared for this.
I don't believe that. I heard a thing that millennials are here to save us. You guys are the only good generation.
It's also something
Gen X is fucked
shouldn't
up.
have been put on Gen X or millennials.
No.
But
we were better than our parents. We made you guys better than us. Those that had children.
You made it happen.
And you guys made really good kids. Like, the millennials made good kids.
The millennials are still making good kids.
I guess that's true. So, was it Gen X that had millennials? I guess so, right?
I mean, old Gen X.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. I'm going to have to ask my best friend what generation her mom's from. Because is your mom a baby boomer?
I mean, what's 66?
Yeah, I think she is.
But
She's like the last of.
Yeah,
because I think
parents are
67
the
is where
very last of.
where Gen X starts. So interesting. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Well, we know death and destruction is ahead.
Yeah.
Can I ask you my next question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Where did you discuss preparing for the end times, and what was the main focus? So was it food storage, guns, money?
Yeah,
So where was it discussed?
So definitely brought up in general conferences. I mean, I believe the modern version of food storage is the more recent church, but preparedness is a theme. Like we've talked about Mormons keeping the gas tank half full at all times. Because
Oh, really?
You never know when.
Is that really a thing? Does that come from like
I mean, it was a general conference talk, and my family treated it like doctrine.
Is that why you're so neurotic about it?
It's the safest thing to do. You're by a gas station, and you're less than half a tank. Even if you can't afford to get to a full tank, get to a.
I know, but like, look at our
tank.
new situation. Like, we haven't really left the house in days.
And thank God, because the gas prices, we might only be able to get up to half a
right?
tank.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
So hearing about it in those terms, there would then be, I'm sure, Ensign articles and just talks about preparedness at sacrament meeting.
Okay.
But outside of that, everyone just knew that was the expectation. And so I guess, going to the, God, what's the place where they do the public, food charity work?
Oh, like storehouse or
the Bishop's Storehouse.
Okay, there you go.
Hey,
I'm a good Mormon.
I know, even in Maryland, where it felt like we were in our small corner.
Wait, did they have a Bishop Storehouse there?
We had to drive to get there, but I went there once because I think it's just something run by the stake.
Okay.
But they call it the Bishop Storehouse.
Yeah,
I don't know if I have that right.
I'll look it up.
But it's like, as long as we're part of this community, we have our own stores, and the church will eventually have time to get to its members wherever we are.
Oh, okay, so that's what it was for.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I imagined oh wow, what a great Mormon thing.
I mean,
even if it went out.
I think it's a great thing now.
I mean,
like if you have food storage that you can share with your, even with just your people, it's like at least you guys have a plan.
I mean, that's how I thought of it, but now I kind of hope if the end actually happened and those storehouses could feed the local people.
No, let's
you don't
be
think
honest.
So?
No, that's why they all have guns. Like they're gonna protect the storehouse.
Oh, ooh,
They've recently started worrying about water. That's a new thing though, but I think that's gonna be the bigger problem.
Well, eventually,
your dad and his wife getting
not going to be enough water.
Those tanks in their home, water's gonna be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all right. But what about guns, money? Did you guys discuss that? You guys weren't gun people.
No, I feel like only in
your brothers are.
Yeah, but we also I guess my older brother Jake always had a fascination with weapons in general.
Yeah, that was probably because he always felt less than, and it was like an equalizer in his mind. I'll show them.
Well, because anyone is equal when you have a gun in your hand.
Anyone is more than equal, right?
Well, I mean, to the people that feel like maybe they don't have a secure place in society.
If you feel you could be attacked, beat up, whatever, that changes the game.
Or even just connecting with other people who don't understand what's beyond that. It's if we're both holding a gun, I trust you.
Yeah, it's like a mutually assured destruction.
Well,
right?
At its core, it has to be, because what is a gun for? Defense. And if we're together and defending against someone, it's the people that aren't holding guns.
Is that just America when it comes down to it?
No, it's
everyone get a gun so then we'll all be good.
But it's a freedom thing, because it's still finding the people you feel safest with, and you feel safest with a gun. Mm-hmm. So you're only going to feel safe with other people with guns.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to shoot anyone.
You don't want to.
You don't want to, but you goddamn have the right to.
And you know what, Ben? The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
Yeah, it's please, just anyone looking at statistics of anything to do with guns, if you don't believe in science, you can still believe in math, right?
They don't believe in science. So
or math.
Or climate change.
But if you believe in Jesus, and if he wants to go down and party in a club in Florida, I hope it's not shot up by a homophobe who has some issue with the gay community. Because I don't know if there were any good gays with guns there.
No, probably not.
I mean, plenty of gun
Oh
guns.
yeah, it was a gun show, but not that kind of gun show.
I know. And so I hope that if Jesus comes back, he comes to America and is in a Walmart. Because apparently you can't be safe in a Walmart.
I know. It's so tragic.
It's so tragic. All right.
What about money?
This isn't about guns.
What about
Maybe
money?
that's how the end.
Well, I want to talk about money now.
What about money?
Like, did you discuss, like, saving money?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mormons are really, like, frugal, but then they also, like...
But it wasn't about savings.
Okay. It was about what?
Tithing.
Okay.
If there was a money conversation, it wasn't about how much are you saving. It's are you putting the same amount of money into savings as you're putting into tithing.
That is fascinating. Okay. I like this. All right.
Yeah.
Really painted a picture.
A picture?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you your second question.
Okay.
So where are all the places you discussed preparing for the end times, and what was the main focus? Food storage, guns, or money?
Okay. Well, yeah. So we talked about it at church constantly, but then we would talk about it at home too. Like you have to be prepared, but we never talked about preparing in that way. Okay. Like it was never about food storage. It's like,
what was the preparation from the Bible?
The preparation from the Bible is like, get your shit together now, live a very simple life so that you don't need or want for anything when that comes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've lived a life where you know how to make bean soup that will last 3 days or something.
Because when you're a witness family,
yeah,
you know what it's like to have bean soup that lasts for 3 days.
I don't know. I'm sure it's very different now, but it's like, yeah, preparing for the end times was more about like mentally preparing. Like
and having your community. Like, you're not going to need guns.
Yeah, we prepared by like saying, this is the meeting point. I remember when they started these call lists and then they would like run scenarios like the emergency contact thing, like, this is just a test of the...
Jesus has just struck Earth.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like stay in your home. And they used it in different times, like for the earthquake or something. And you'd have to check in, like go down... Well, Mormons have probably the phone tree, right? Where you call everyone. I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
But it was never about like hoarding anything. Because it's like things on this earth are just here to rust. So like, what are you keeping it for?
Unless you want it in your new redwood tree home.
Yeah, but who knows how long that will take? It's all going to be gone by the time you're ready for that.
All right.
Money.
This earthly hope thing is such a sham.
Money, it's like, why are you keeping money? People are going to be throwing it in the streets.
But soon we'll have our leader's signature on it. I want to keep that forever.
God, me too. I do, because I want to be like, yeah, this is when America became fascist.
I know.
When we started worshiping somebody.
There's probably a Bible verse about that.
Yeah.
Like, the name of the devil shall be on the money
the
that
mark.
burns.
The
mark of
That's
the beast.
That's what's so funny. It's like, that was like an argument of Jesus when they're like, when the Jewish Sadducees were like, should we pay tax to Caesar? We owe him nothing. And Jesus was like, well, whose face is on the money? Like, and they're like, Caesar's, and he's like, well, give Caesar his shit back, and you don't worry about that. Like, it's his money to begin with. So, so maybe it is a prophecy. Our new Caesar.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, if you've watched Fallout, that is fitting.
Yeah. So yeah, the preparation, I mean, it did change as times evolved, and we all had to-go bags. You're supposed to have a to-go bag in your car, and it should have like 2 changes of clothing, some cash, and then I can't remember what else.
Cash for the people who are still thinking that money's worth something.
Well, just like during the transition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
so wait, stuff goes to shit. You transition, come together, prepared, because Jesus is about to come down.
It's more like, okay, and sorry, I feel like I'm being so
I feel like
now.
Hear me out though.
Okay.
I feel like there's obviously a system. You know that things are going to fall apart, they're going to get worse, and then Jesus is going to come down with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and destroy the earth. Where are you going to like get out of that?
Okay, so it's biblical too. I forgot about that until just now.
Okay.
But like there's a verse in maybe the Gospels where they talk about the destruction of Israel, and they're like, when the word goes forth that the destruction is happening, flee. So like the faithful ones that listened to that word when destruction was coming towards Jerusalem in like 70 CE or something, they knew that, that's when I have to leave the city and go to the mountains or whatever and live until the destruction is over. And the people that didn't heed those warnings were destroyed. So it's like we were like, oh, when word comes
that Israel's being destroyed?
No, not physical Israel. It's just like the world's system in general. Like we needed to flee to safety. So like if that meant going to the mountains and camping for 6 weeks or something, you should have some supplies with you so you can survive.
Did you carry stuff?
No, never. And you know why? Because like our friends in California, they were so dumb and they always had their to-go bags in their cars and witnesses were getting robbed constantly. And my argument was always like, because of course my family talked about it and I was always like, look, I go on 3-week vacations in one bag. I will be fine.
You'll be fine.
Throwing some shit in a bag for however long we need to go. So that's where my headspace was. And I'm like, who has cash? I don't have cash. Even today, we have a little cash, but it's mostly for bingo.
I know, it's mostly in ones.
All of our cash is for bingo, and it's in ones.
I know.
Because we need to tip the drink guy.
I know. That's fascinating. And
yeah,
I love the thought of the witnesses when shit starts getting bad. In Utah, people are going to be like,
I know.
we better stay inside the house.
Yeah, I know.
And the witnesses are going to yeet up into the mountains.
Yeet! I like that. All right, well, I don't know if it's time for a PSA, or do you want to ask me your next question first?
1, 2. Oh, no, wait. It is time for a PSA.
It's time, Ben. You know why I know it's time?
I haven't brought my book over yet.
Oh my god! I know it's time because it's like I feel like I've been talking nonstop, and I just need a drink of my drink, even though I've drank a lot of it. This is like the first drink that I've really went ham on it.
Whatever.
I can't believe you said yeet.
It works.
Who says yeet? I know. Is that a thing? Do people say that?
Yeet is really fun when you feel like it's appropriate.
Okay.
And no one, I think, ever agrees that yeet is appropriate.
No.
So
it's funny though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got
good
flavor.
Let me sip my cocktail. Would you mind reading our PSA for the week?
Well, here's the thing about the PSA. It needs a little bit of a...
Better when you explain the joke.
Well, I know, but it's controversial.
Did you say controversial?
Controversial.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just questioned myself for about, a few minutes after writing it, and then I decided, no, this is the PSA that I want to give today. And it's also very short, so I had to take up some time explaining it. All right. If you think it's a choice to be gay, what you waiting for, faggot? Go slay.
Yeah. I love it, actually, and I know why you said that. And I was so proud of the conversation that we had this week, so thank you for doing that. Is that why you did that?
Oh, I mean, I thought of it, of course, but only because I don't want to offend. But no, we're not. We've talked about it in previous weeks.
We talked about it with them.
Yeah,
so.
And we also agree that if you honestly are fighting for your belief that it is a choice to be gay, maybe you're fighting against a part of yourself that you're terrified of.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people who aren't completely straight are completely straight. And anyone who questions that or anything that I see that makes me question that is bad because I'm straight. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's homophobia in a nutshell.
I like it. Yeah. And I even like the conversation we had about trans because it's like, I hoped we helped them understand that it's like, no, we don't get it either. Like, we're not supposed to get it.
Well, and what's it? Like,
what's it?
As far as the trans experiences of everyone I know who's going through that, like, I can't understand what you're going through, but I understand, like, my version of coming into myself and...
Well, and you're a compassionate person, so...
Well, thank you. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't think I've ever publicly said on the podcast, like, I identify with he, they pronouns because of more of a spiritual journey that I've been through, where I identify with my spirit in a way that isn't always... No, he's a they.
Oh, no, I think they are a he.
Well, right now, yeah, they are. Because I also identify with my physical body, and I want to keep my, physical body the way it is.
Thank you for not finishing that sentence.
I don't know if there's a way to describe that.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing. If someone doesn't feel that, then that's their experience.
No,
and we honor it.
But I also respect people who are willing to just have a dialogue about it in a safe place because we don't understand it. And if you admit that you don't understand it rather than being afraid of something...
But sorry, not to cut you off,
Oh,
but
no, that's okay.
everyone who fears something needs to understand
No,
it. And
that's what I'm
therefore,
saying.
You talk to people that you trust
Right.
who also fear this thing because they know why it's bad, and they'll tell you
Yeah, no,
why it's dangerous
I'm
and
agreeing
why
with
it's
you.
bad.
I'm just saying, like,
But it's false because
I know.
it isn't rooted in
but
truth.
it's such a scary thing that I can see how the narrative works. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, these women in female or these trans
They're
women in
saying,
sports, and it's like,
well, and men in bathrooms, and it's like that's the least compassionate thing you could ever say to someone
yeah,
who is like just discovering themselves. And two, this is not rooted. Again, if you don't believe in social sciences, you can still believe in math.
Mhm.
And all you have to do is find the actual reporting on
Right.
any data about these things that you're scared of.
I know.
You know, gun deaths, trans deaths.
And it's all about protecting children, and yet we have a president who literally fucks kids,
yeah, we
and we
have
don't give a shit.
pedophile rapist president.
and nobody cares.
And you
it's
know what?
like, oh well, we don't really know.
Even if that is not technically true, look at where he's associated himself,
I don't
where he
care.
continues to defend. Anyway, no, there's no convincing anyone.
Well, no,
who
so
doesn't
I
think
appreciate
that
your
already.
say. So thank you.
Okay, sorry.
No.
So
thank you.
if you think it's a choice to be gay, slay.
Slay on. Okay, why don't you ask me your next question?
All right. So my next question is, what do apocalypse movies get right and wrong?
I don't. What apocalypse movies are there? Like, is there a movie that's truly apocalyptic, like where things actually end?
Well,
Like, because I'm thinking of like Armageddon. It's like, oh well, America saved everything. Or I'm
Mhm.
thinking Volcano. Or
so what did they get wrong there?
I mean, I don't think things will be. I mean, we can see it from the way we solve like day-to-day problems. Like, there's so much bureaucracy and fighting
Mm-hmm.
that I don't think there's a way to solve anything.
So if an asteroid comes to Earth, is Armageddon?
It's not
saving
feasible.
us?
There's no way these people are going to get their shit together.
No.
I mean, is the asteroid going to save us? Yes.
Well, and who's getting the payout when they save the Earth? Like, no one's giving
what's the
money
buy-in?
to the U.S. Like, why should we save?
Right. Well, and
China?
why would Elon Musk give any of his money to help anything?
I would not trust Elon Musk.
No, that's what
to
I'm
set
saying,
up an
like-
Armageddon stunt in the first place.
So our government's $30 trillion in debt. Like, they don't have money to finance that. Like, maybe China will save us. I think maybe that's what we're going to get wrong.
China.
No, maybe that's where we're wrong. It's like China has like moved towards sustainable energy, and like they've survived 8,000 years. I don't know how long has the Earth been around, and China has had civilization, like not just
Mhm.
people scrounging in the dirt trying to live in the prairies of America. No, I mean, I don't know. That was really rude because the Native Americans had a bustling
And
community.
Their
so,
communion with nature is so different
yeah.
from the way that
So that okay.
civilization
Right.
formed
So that
in
is-
other places.
That is my answer. Is if anyone's going to save us, it is not America.
Nah.
No. And then I'll be happy with that.
Okay, so what do apocalypse movies get right?
They are really entertaining. I've never really seen like The Day After Tomorrow.
Well, think like maybe zombie apocalypse movies.
Yeah. I mean, they get that right. Okay. Thank you for leading me there. They get it right that humans are the worst parts of any apocalypse. Humans are the part that will destroy us. Like The Walking Dead. Oh my God. I feel like I'm being so negative on this episode.
Well, this is the end of the world.
I know,
so
maybe that's true. It should be pretty
We're
negative.
allowed to be a little negative.
But like, I read the Walking Dead comic, and I read like the first 2 books because they're like a collection of the comic books. It was so depressing that I had to stop reading it because
I remember how heavy that was.
Yeah,
for you.
I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I liked the series, but the comic was way too dark. So that's what they get right. It's like, we are the Walking Dead. The humans are just meat for whatever comes next. Yeah,
the next
okay.
humans
Yeah.
that come around.
Okay, but let me ask you, because now I'm curious what you're
Ooh.
going to say. What do apocalypse movies get right and wrong?
Well, you definitely got it right that America in these apocalypse movies, like Independence Day,
Mhm.
think of our president playing Bill Pullman.
I know. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
He's going to fall asleep.
I could probably do that whole speech.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's something that we're going to have to send to our judicial committee to see
I'll do
if
it.
you're lying.
Noted.
No studying. Just kidding. You can listen to it as many times as you want.
Yeah, I have to at least hear like him say the first part of it so I can see how well I can do.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you a single part of it, but I can visualize it. So
We will not go down without a fight.
here's the thing. Even if our president was honestly that charismatic, which to some people, every speech of his sounds like that anyway.
Yeah.
So I still do not believe in our military capability.
No, I mean, I think we're powerful, but now I think what we've learned is there's limits. Like, you can't have unlimited amounts of missiles. Like that, unless we open up the factories like in 1930s and 40s where we're just pumping them out.
Yeah. Not my America. So, I mean, I hope if that's what it comes down to, we don't have to live through, America trying to fight its way through some global catastrophe. And it's probably just going to be another world power that we're fighting.
Yeah.
Not aliens, not zombies. So movies don't get that right, that there's going to be a resistance that's led by something that's already a structure.
Right.
I think if there are resistances in that kind of world, the apocalypse movies that get it right are like the bands of people that come together and like create a community that's just based on socialism and safety.
Yeah.
It's like, no, everyone puts in their fair share of work, whatever you're good at.
Right.
Like, look at The Last of Us. Like, I think...
Even if you're not good at something, right?
Yeah, I hope they get that right, that there are people who would want to look out for each other and just understand that everyone has something different to bring, and we can't make this about the hierarchy that existed before. If you were a big hotshot before the world ended, Brad Pitt shouldn't have a special position in the community that exists after the end of the world, right?
Right.
Like, put on plays then. Or be the actor who entertains everyone
I saw
and is
him
the bard of the town.
roofing that house in...
Yeah, he probably has a lot of skills from...
And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or whatever it was. Yeah, he's going to be just fine.
He'll be just fine.
Yeah, shirtless
Actually,
roofing.
If anything, we should have a Brad Pitt end of the world.
Why is
hopefully.
it? Has
I
it
don't
ever
even
been
think
in-
he's sexy. You know this. But he probably would be really
You know what? It's
and
because you didn't
entertaining.
grow up with him. Did you think he was sexy in
Nothing.
Interview with the Vampire?
No. Ew.
Oh.
No, I didn't think Tom Cruise was sexy either, but
Tom
he was
Cruise
sexy.
wasn't sexy.
He was sexier.
Ew, no, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
he was.
Tom Cruise
No one's sexy in that movie. And is it wrong to say except for Kirsten Dunst?
Yeah.
No, she was just like so like
perfect
evil,
little evil, yeah.
and cute and adult.
I know.
It was like, I just felt for her.
Oh, and Louis, he just wasn't a good father.
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Okay, so what did they get wrong?
Hang on. What's the title? Interview with the Vampire or An Interview with the Vampire?
Oh, I don't know.
Interview with the Vampire?
Maybe Interview with... Oh,
I
don't know.
No,
I don't think it doesn't matter, right?
Well, I mean, it's judicial committee.
Okay, all right. I'll look it up. Okay, so right and wrong.
Yeah, so I think the thing that you said earlier is that at the end of the world, the people who have guns and feel like they are finally getting to that day that they've been preparing for because the world's coming after them is exactly the kind of fear that creates the people who go after people in the long run.
Right.
Like,
we see that. That's what America's doing.
If you're living dog eat dog,
they could be a threat. We should go after them.
Yeah, if it's a dog eat dog world, whatever dog's trying to eat you, you are also a dog that would and will eat other dogs if it comes down to it.
Is America that pit bull that keeps getting sent back to the Humane Society?
Honestly, that's a pretty
we just need
interesting,
love.
on-point analogy.
We just need somebody to love us.
I mean, yeah, at its core, like, those dogs thrive in love.
We need somebody to love us or know how to stick their finger up our butt when we bite somebody.
Ooh.
Just be like, let go.
Okay, stop spilling our dirty little secrets.
All right. Let me ask you my final question.
All right.
Do you still believe that the world is going to end?
Define end.
Like, do you believe that there will be one mass destruction? Or do you think it will be a slow burn? Or what do you think?
Yeah, I think for humanity, there will be an end. And then, like, we have all of the ingredients for life on this planet already. So unless we are completely, like, annihilated, like, burnt to a crisp where all of the water, like, leaves the atmosphere, give it enough time and all that nutrients will, like, spawn life again. But I don't know how many billions of years the physical Earth has left before the sun explodes.
Oh, do you think that's actually a thing?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's the cycle of stars. Like, humans can only survive if we somehow leave the Earth before the next cataclysmic event, or, if we have enough hubris to believe that we're going to live for the millions, if not billions, of years before the sun explodes.
Yeah.
Then
I guess stars die.
Yeah, every star dies.
Wow. That's so scary. I don't know why that scares me. Because it's like what we talked about last week with the evolution and like how vast things are.
Mm-hmm.
And like even seeing Project Hail Mary, I'm like, God, you just don't know what's out there.
Yeah.
It's too far. It's too vast. The universe is too big.
And that's the thing about humans is like we're smaller than the smallest bleep in the history of the Earth physically. Mm-hmm. And like to have any kind of worry about the sun exploding, like we are going to cause our own destruction with global warming and weather patterns that might not destroy everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, I think they could lead to things that, cause the next ice age and basically destroy everyone. Right. But we're not going to live through that. It's going to be real shitty, and the water levels are going to rise, and it's going to start getting colder by the decade, maybe.
That must be how the Earth like fixes itself, though, right? The water levels rise.
Well, if the atmosphere, somehow switches, I'm sure there's a stopping point where if global warming continues and the human input continues to the degree it is now to a certain point, that whatever we do with whatever technology we have at that point, we won't be able to go back. So I hope we haven't hit that point, but
it's such a weird thing though, because it's like you hear about like China, Germany, Japan, like they're basically dying civilizations but I guess that's according to like modern day assessment of like business.
Birth rate?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah, and
like Germany won't have enough new workers in 30 years to sustain their level of business. So their economy will slowly start dying. But then, like, people have been saying that about Japan. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, but when you're a part of a government system that is designed to give back to the people, when you have, few enough people that your businesses can't support them, don't you just find, like, a sustainable route of life with your neighbor who also believes that?
But it's also about, like, being able to have children, right? Like, like, look at your cousins that live there. Only one of them has a kid, right? Mm-hmm. Does your oldest cousin have kids? Maybe he does. I never met him.
Oh, no, he's not the oldest.
Oh, Finn is the oldest?
Yeah.
Oh. What about the second oldest?
I don't think he has any kids.
Right, and neither does Fea. So, like, they're doing it to themselves. Just like we are here, because they probably can't afford it.
And, I mean, to be able to...
Maybe that's evolution.
Well, to be able to look at the state of countries where the birth rate is too high for people to support themselves, to listen to science about the direction that the Earth is going in, it's scary to have young nieces and nephews who, in their lifetime, might be struggling really bad.
But like in Bangladesh, it's probably more because they have no access to birth control. Like women would protect themselves, I think, all over the world if they had access to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if it's that kind of society.
If I ever become like Bill Gates... That's what I'm going to do.
This is a recorded line. This is a promise.
Yeah, promise.
Hey, ladies.
All right.
Let's move on. You're going to get free what?
Why don't you ask? Free birth control.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you in advance. I think that's a great
Or free castration to men.
Ooh. Now, do the men have to bring themselves in, or can you submit a man and it's free?
Going to be chemical.
Ooh.
What movie did we watch where that was happening?
It was, well, not to give any spoilers, but it was one with Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
Begonia.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't spoil anything in the movie.
I guess not.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sensitive to spoilers.
Why don't you ask me my last question?
Okay. Do you still believe that the world's going to end?
Yes, I
do
believe. But no, just because I think that's the cycle of life. Like we're just at a point where it's unsustainable to keep going on, and I think religion is blinded the minds and the eyes of people to be like, oh, that's because it's the end of this. But it's like, oh no, I think it's just because humans recognize we're at the end of sustainability. Like we're running out of shit. Like we can't even get fertilizer to make more food. So what's going to happen next year when food prices are sky high?
Yeah.
Like this is where the Mormons preparing with their cans of onion is going to be good because at least your food will taste good.
Thank you, cans of onion.
I know. So, yes, I totally believe that the world is going to end, but not in a religious sense.
Mm-hmm.
A slow burn.
And the witnesses will be ready to survive through that.
Yeah,
if
who
that's
knows?
true.
I think eventually, like, something will happen and it will... Like, Germany they were Nazis. And then they flipped the switch. And they've become this progressive society. So, like, I always have hope that could happen here. But I'm like, we've had racist Confederates hoping the South would rise again.
And that's just a fact.
For 150 years now. So,
yeah.
I don't know how you change that. We're racist, hateful people.
Well, we're surrounded by a lot of racist, hateful people. And the only way that people are ever going to believe that, and I think everyone believes that, is by pointing the finger across the aisle. Because the racist Confederate is going to say the exact same thing about someone else.
Yeah, maybe that's one good thing about social media and everything being filmed now. It's like, okay, now we know, like, they're not going to back down. They think the way they think. The sad thing is, like, it's even, like, family members that we love that...
Well, I want to be really specific about that because there are family members that we love who politically are aligned with detestable, awful, super harmful things. But the genuine belief, and I believe this, is that we're on the same side because all we want is equality for us.
Right. But it's like, even if you only agree with them because, oh, I hate abortion, or I only agree with them because of whatever excuse you want to make, you're still agreeing with Nazis, basically.
And when we're looking at the end of the world, no, this is not necessarily going to send us into a nuclear apocalypse.
Who knows?
The fact that it could is applicable to this conversation. Right. And the fact that there have been threats and wishes for destruction. Just listen to our, Chief of War, the Department of War, not Defense. Like,
who will no longer go along with the rules of engagement. It's like, okay.
And if you don't believe
American troops in danger.
If you don't believe in math, look at his history. Violence and
he got kicked out of the military.
Yeah.
Like, and now he's running it? We got somebody who basically got kicked out of college run the college.
And he sounds like exactly our military want to hear when we want a wartime president.
I don't even know if that's
true.
No,
I'm saying, like,
there's enough of them out there. Yeah.
He believes that his, like, very powerful, decisive, aggressive rhetoric is what the American people want, because that's who we deserve to be in the world.
Yeah.
So anyway, it is applicable for the end of the world. God.
So do you still believe in the end of the world?
Oh yeah. I mean, I hope it's not that way, but Yellowstone before, nuclear warfare.
Okay.
But then, if we survive.
Okay. All right.
Who knows?
Why don't you ask me your final question? And we'll wrap this in
very,
very negative.
I know.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
We're just being realistic.
I know. It's just there's a lot going on, and who knows? Yeah. Okay. What's your final question?
All right. So my last question for you is: how should organized religions and governments prepare for the end times?
I think they should do whatever they think they need to do. So I think organized religion, it's like, if you feel like you should tell your people this and that makes them happy, then good. Mm-hmm. Like, I would rather organized governments plan for actual destruction instead of, like, denying things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's going to happen. So my answer is going to be, just, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing now, and that's just making yourself feel good. Yeah. So whatever makes you sleep good at night, even if it's like, oh, well, I'm suffering now, but, like, when the new system comes, then it will be better. It's like, okay, then you're just the Walking Dead.
Oof.
Yeah. Okay, but how about you?
No,
I mean,
that's really heavy, and it's also like, it's a very, you reap what you sow.
Yeah, I'm thinking about somebody very specific that I used to work with, that she was just so disappointing at the end, and it's like, she doesn't live her life. She just follows blindly and hopes for the future. And it's like, girl, you have like 30 more years to live. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And
she's the Walking Dead.
That's such a passive approach on life.
I know.
That it's not fair to yourself, and it's really
It's not fair to your kids. You had children.
No, and anyone that you align with, in the end, you have to let them down because you believe that it's all for nothing.
Right.
Because things are just
It's all for
end.
nothing, yes.
Yeah.
In your mind. So why are you even involved in anything?
It's like, if you're going to plant your feet somewhere, you have to, like, grow the people around you.
Like, okay, this is going to sound way extreme, and I don't mean it in this negative, but it's like, in my mind, she's the same as a mass shooter, because in the fact that they do their thing because they feel like it's the only way to do it, like, she's doing the same, like, but it's just as destructive for the people around her.
Well,
it's just a slow burn.
It's not apples and oranges that are both fruit, because it's someone taking the only option, which is to hurt other people, right?
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Look,
I feel like
mass shooters and saying you worked with one.
No, that's not true.
No,
okay. I take that all back. I'm sorry. That wasn't very nice.
But listen,
I'm just disappointed in
it is disappointing because people who, belong to these organized religions or governments who claim to be on the side of, love and humanity, that can't even love themselves. Like, how the hell are you going to love somebody else?
You're just waiting.
You're going to hurt other people.
You're just waiting for something else. So check out. Just leave then.
And religion and government lead a lot of people who follow them, on some level of blindness.
Right.
Eventually. Like, that's the destruction that, I don't mean to call every religion a lie, but you're not living it for the right reasons if it is leading to anyone, producing misinformation, hate, turning away from something that's true because it doesn't fit the narrative.
If you're part of a religion that promotes hate or lies about abortion, then you're part of, like, a system that only hurts people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. But let me ask you, how should organized religions and governments prepare for the end times?
Well, I'll start with an anecdote that I thought of earlier that I just remembered as you were describing the witnesses, especially in how they believe the end is going to come.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me so much of one of my very favorite movies, Neon Genesis Evangelion, End of Evangelion, where basically the world powers do come together and they kind of abolish religion because they have found this ancient secret, ritual that they can perform with an alien that happened to be buried underneath the earth, the first angel. So they're just going to, take control of him through this mech unit in Evangelion, and kind of, summon the religious spirit of the earth and wash away all of humanity so that we all become one and like live together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, the witnesses believe like in that kind of destructive setup.
Yeah.
And that it's going to be this grand, like, thing. Like, to visualize the end, I don't think there's ever been an apocalypse movie that is Christian-oriented that has conveyed the destruction that will, like, hit the earth.
I didn't realize it was such a religious show. Like, I didn't realize it had that part of it. I don't remember that in the movie. I've only ever seen the movie, so...
Well, I mean, there's, like, Lilith and Adam and angels and all sorts of, like, especially Christian religious symbolism in Evangelion.
All right.
I think it's
I hope that's what
fucked up
happens.
and beautiful.
Yeah.
So... What is it? How should organized religions and governments prepare for the end times?
I love that you're like, wait, what does this question mean that I wrote
like
to you?
Religions are always looking at something that is a fictional end to the world. So if religion actually wants to do well, it's going to be to a greater degree than the Mormon Church is doing its storehouses. It's going to be, how can we save and protect as many people as possible when the inevitable end comes? And then if Jesus does arrive on the other side of that, we'll have done our duty caring for every son and daughter and they, them of God, because every human life is so precious. That's why we don't believe in abortion either, because every human life deserves to be here and be taken care of. But it's like, no, religions at the end of the day are like, fuck everyone else. We're going to heaven.
Yeah.
So
I know. It's like, oh yeah,
fun.
You sinned, but we're going to be
we love you.
fine.
And we love you. We love you. We just don't approve of the things that you did to prepare for today, which you should have known was coming. So, bam, Celestial Kingdom.
Oh my God.
Here we come.
And bam, Ben. This was a heavy topic. And I'm happy if anyone kept listening. And I hope we weren't too much for you.
Well, if it's too much, guess what? Yellowstone might explode tomorrow.
I know.
Tomorrow. If you're listening from Utah, goodbye. We love you.
Yeah, we do love you.
And
I hope you didn't get too burnt.
I know. I hope it was
I hope if
really
you
quick.
got burnt, you didn't suffer.
I know. I think it's going to be pretty quick.
I know. And if you're listening from Florida, you're probably going to fall in a sinkhole
know.
or drown.
If you're listening from Florida, you're not going to make it to the end.
Yeah. But you know what? Thank you for making it to the end of this episode.
Yeah.
I know we're going to have so many facts. We talked about way too many scriptures. Oh, Ben, you make it sound like it's so boring.
This was our... No, the facts are not going to be boring. Sometimes the facts are a little bit like, okay, how am I supposed to remember that?
Well, you don't have to.
I'm mourning the fact that this was definitely our most cynical episode.
Yeah, I liked it.
Is it our most cynical episode?
You know what?
We can get
with everything going on in my life, like I feel like it was the perfect episode.
We deserve
the
this
end
episode.
times.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening. Thank you to Ethan Jennings for providing the music. We will see you guys in just a few seconds.
Stick around if you want to know what we got wrong, or if you know something we got wrong.
Yeah.
And we'll see if
David
catches it.
If you know something we got wrong, or if you have any comments about what you heard today, please reach out to us at
text us. You have our number.
At the 2X's podcast Instagram account. Because we'd love to hear feedback. Feedback is great. And you know what? If you have an idea for our next show, please reach out to us.
Yeah.
We would love to.
Please give us inspiration, and then we're not going to have to get dark.
Yeah. Amen.
Despite me, still I take my chances, even though that they might seem slim. You throw me into the deep end with no other reason to see if I
Welcome to the Judicial Committee.
Welcome back to the Judicial Committee. I think it is. We're trying a new thing, so hopefully this is recording.
Oh, yeah.
We're just doing video now.
Oh.
I mean, we're going to have audio, but so we're going to test this out first, and hopefully this works.
And hopefully David can make it work like he makes everything else work.
Well, it'll just be easier to combine all the editing steps into one. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's what we're going for.
Big time saver.
There's not a lot of ways of seeing if the audio is working, so it's really taking a chance here.
So if you can only see us, we're going to try to move our lips in a way that you can understand what we're saying.
In fact, should we just stop now and test it and make sure that it works? Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
BRB.
And it worked.
Wow.
See? Test. Retest, test again. We were in Sandbox, for those of you who know Sandbox.
I love the Sandbox.
I know, you're always kicking and flipping sand around.
Oh, the number of toads that we lost in the Sandbox growing up.
And this is a real story. This has not been like making some kind of euphemism.
Oh no, you don't know what toad in the sandbox means?
Toad in a sandbox. No, I wonder. Oh, that reminds me. Everyone thought my hush tuckies was like some euphemism for sex.
A hush tucky?
And the protein-packed gravy was ejaculate. And I'm like, no.
When you say that this thing is chicken stuffed, you mean cock stuffed.
Yeah, stuffed with cock. See, I guess if I would have went that far, then I could understand it.
But hush tucky sounds like the least sexual thing on the KFC menu, and there are some pretty unsexy
There's nothing
KFC
sexy
options.
in Ken or Tuck. Any of them.
Well, Ken?
Like the Barbie Ken?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he is asexually cute. He's got a great body.
Yeah.
You can't deny those abs. They won't quit.
Yeah.
And I think he has cum gutters, too.
Yeah, but nothing that they lead to. So I guess, yeah, Ken is kind of...
He's like asexual, safe. He's like every gay boy and young girl's dream.
Yeah.
There's no threat.
Well, and if we're looking at Barbie movie, we loved Ryan Gosling a lot more in Project Hail Mary.
I'm like, I hated him in that movie. Yeah. Which I think you were supposed to hate him in Barbie?
Okay. I
think
so.
All right, so I was doing
Maybe
it right.
Hate, but...
I sure hated him.
Yeah.
He was just a douche. Well, this is the Judicial Committee. This is where we go over this week's episode. We decide what we got wrong, what we got right, whether or not we should be disfellowshipped. And this week, we're talking about end times.
Oh, it's finally over.
It's over. We asked a lot of good questions. We had a slow gin and tonic, which was delicious.
And red.
Oh, and speaking of drinks, one of our listeners approached us the other day, and he's like, "Oh, I got a new drinking game for you." He's like, "You should encourage everyone." Do you remember?
Yes.
Every time you guys respond to each other by going, "Oh."
Take a shot.
What's the Annie? Like we're Annie from Community. I I could watch like a TikTok of her just doing that over and over again.
Oh, we love Annie.
Carrie on X96 used to play this clip where she would just say it, like if they were talking about a sweet story, he would just play clips of Annie saying, "Aww, aww."
So precious.
Yeah, so good drinking game. So we'll remind you next episode to drink up anytime we say. Now that's going to be the harder part because you're going to have to do this on your own because we don't notice it.
We don't hear it, obviously.
No. And it's like a little cringe to even think that it's happening.
Well, if there's
it's a little.
If there's anything that we're not doing without meaning to, at least it's cute.
Right. Oh, we're so cute. Yeah.
Oh.
We also did Anger Power this weekend with a theme.
My families get together, and it was on Palm Sunday.
Which I didn't know Mormons celebrated Palm Sunday.
I don't think Mormons technically do celebrate Palm Sunday.
We had one hell of a celebration for a Mormon celebration.
It was a first for me.
I mean, tell them what we did.
So my dad and his lovely wife had spread across the floor, just barely off, folded tables.
They had those
mats and
lifestyle tables.
Oh yeah,
just the plastic tables, but they were just not folded up, so they were just lying flat on the ground.
Exactly, yeah. So it's bring your own pillow.
Yeah.
And everyone sat around and feasted
on the floor
with brisket and hummus and pita. And
you had made a delicious Mediterranean salad.
Mm-hmm.
It was all very like Mediterranean, Israeli, classic, maybe Passover. But I'm like, I think it should be lamb. But your stepmom said, no. Beef brisket is very traditional. And I'm like, well, there you go.
And she and my dad read aloud the Jewish prayer and translation, which we sang and echoed.
She would say like the Baruch Atah, like whatever the prayer was, and then he would sing it.
And then my dad would sing the line,
and then we would repeat it. Yeah, it was actually very cute.
Yeah.
And then we had a discussion where your dad asked us to think of Jesus' sacrifice and what would we be willing to sacrifice
for whatever equivalent of universal energy or religious godhead figure we believe in.
And I don't know, was it your mom's answer or was she just responding to somebody saying like being a mother is that kind of a sacrifice? Like
I think my sister at least brought up motherhood.
Yeah, I thought it was very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, most mothers, not my mother, but most mothers love their children sacrifice unconditionally.
And it's not a sacrifice at that point when it is the expectation, but there's still so much that you're giving without any expectation for
if there's strings attached,
something back.
Then you're not really sacrificing. You're holding somebody hostage.
Yeah. It was a really good discussion, just looking at what you kind of hold on to and what maybe you can give up or process in a different way.
I know my answer was to give up arrogance, just me being arrogant and thinking I know better about maybe politics or religion.
Yeah.
But also like I don't know, everyone does that, right? We all like get in our choose our sides.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can feel that from your dad sometimes, like he has this like secret. My parents do the same thing. Like it's like they hold a secret that if only we knew what the Savior could do for us.
Yeah. But I think some of my siblings brought up more like tangible, impactful elements of life. And that was kind of a good exercise because as lovely as it would be for you to give up arrogance, that's not that's more a
Are you saying I can't do it?
Quiet,
Excuse me?
All right, well, have a little...
non-arrogance.
The answer to
whatever the opposite of arrogance is.
Well, even if it's not giving that up, but embracing something like humility in place of that. And I don't know that that's a problem that you have.
No,
I
think I do. I stick my heels in and I say things on this podcast that I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, I don't.
And you have the luxury of hearing yourself on recorded
Yeah, maybe
line.
that's why. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, I sound so arrogant. So, anyways. I also had a second interview this week with a company that I kind of hope to work for, but we'll see what happens.
It would be full remote, so that would be a pretty big adjustment for me.
I know. And
having you here all the time.
I said, Ben, we might have to get a dog because I don't know if I could like be home all day hearing you talk so loud.
Okay, I just talk loud.
Oh, I know.
Sorry, everyone.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying.
My voice carries through closed doors.
I know. Hush, hush. That's what I'd have to keep doing. Keep it down now.
Voices carry.
I think I'm leaving for Vegas tomorrow. I haven't really talked to them about it, so you're not going to go with me.
Well, I think that Regina is itching for some David time.
I don't know. Yeah.
She 100% could use the David time. And if you don't have this job yet, maybe this is a nice last hurrah before jumping into something new.
Whatever, if I ever get a job again.
Well, we'll see. And if you don't, then you'll have to take another trip to Vegas to commiserate. And I'll go with you this time.
I need to stare at different walls, and I need to not wash every dish as soon as it's dirty.
Please, yeah.
Hey, but it is nice.
I was going to use that again.
No, whatever. That's such a lie. That's what a lie people tell themselves. It's soaking. It's equivalent to that.
Yeah.
All right, well, should we get to the facts? Because we have a lot.
Ooh, okay.
Are you ready to handle this? I'll try to go fast. Hopefully it will be interesting.
Let's jump in.
So the first one, Sloe Gin. Sloe Gin is a ruby red sweet and tart liqueur.
And is it a berry?
Yeah, it's made from infusing traditional gin with sloe berries. So there is a sloe berry.
S-L-O-E.
S-L-O-E. So it's gin, but it's like gin light because it's only 20% alcohol as opposed to 40 to 50% alcohol by volume. Sloe berries are an extremely tart and primarily used to make sloe gin, jellies, and jams. They are especially common in Britain and Ireland, but they've also been found to grow in West Asia and North Africa.
Huh.
Interesting facts, right?
Very interesting. We need to try sloe berries sometime.
They don't sound good. Like everything I saw on the internet's like, no.
Bitter.
You need to really sugar them up.
All right.
Or add them to gin. What is the Mormon understanding of the 1,000-year reign, not 100-year reign, as you and another former Mormon wondered? And what does the Book of Mormon say about Armageddon? So here's what the Church of Jesus Christ.org says in an article titled People on the Earth During the Millennium. It asks the question, who will be on the earth during the millennium? It refers to this time as 1,000 years of peace, love, and joy. Very different from the witnesses, which it's like work. It points out that only righteous people will live on the earth at that point. Those who have lived virtuous and honest lives, and they will continue to have children. I never thought about that. It's so weird that they specify that. And it makes me wonder, why do Mormons have children now? Wait, and then you can make sure they're virtuous people, because you'll be a virtuous person.
Oh, wouldn't that be sad for a Mormon parent whose unvirtuous kid doesn't get to stay during the 1,000-year reign? Like
your dad, with most of you?
Yeah, he gets to keep Emily.
That's true. A good one. Let's see. The article cites this teaching of Joseph Smith that says, that said, during this time, immortal beings will frequently visit the earth. They will help with the government and other works. So that is a little the same as witnesses. It's like, spirit creatures will run the government. The other similarities, which make sense because they come from the same book, is Jesus will take rulership over the earth. Satan will be bound and no longer be able to tempt humans, and all things will be revealed, and the final scrolls will be opened.
Okay.
So, I remember any of that.
No. Okay. But
I
recall a conversation about Satan being bound, and I feel as if the natural man will still be a source of temptation during that time, because
we're so bad. We've been bad for so long.
And humans are still in their physical
in
bodies. Yeah. And
they'll always
imperfect.
Be in physical bodies, won't they?
Yeah, but then when your body's perfected, then the natural man doesn't tempt
I've
you.
never heard that term before. That's a very
David, the natural man is an enemy to God.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I love this. I wish you brought these things up before so I could look them up.
It's just coming back
One of these days
now.
It will come up again.
One of these days.
Okay, what are the four horsemen? For this question, I went to the JW website, wol.jw.org, which is Watchtower Online Library, and looked at the article, The Four Horsemen, Who Are They? From 2017. The Book of Revelation described them in this way. The first horse is white. Its rider is a glorious, newly crowned king. Next comes a horse the color of fire, bearing a rider who takes peace away from the earth. A third horse follows, black as midnight, and carrying a rider who holds aloft a pair of scales and a message of famine.
Ooh.
The fourth horse is a sickly pale color, the harbinger of disease and ridden by Death himself.
Okay, so white horse, crowned king.
Yeah, and
Fire
I think
horse.
that always came last. Like Jesus is the white horse coming last.
He's on one of the four. Jesus is one of the four horsemen.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't really go that far. That's what I always assumed it was.
So there's death, famine, destruction. Is that
Death,
fire?
famine, war.
War.
Yeah.
And then
peace.
peace?
And then I guess the first horse is he's been cleansed white with the blood of the lamb. But he is the lamb.
So two white horses, but one is
No,
sickly.
one is a white horse. He's on the white horse. Oh no, then there's the pale, sickly colored horse.
But not a white horse.
No, I'm assuming grayish.
Oh,
That's you know what? In fact, I have a picture for you, and maybe I'll post it online. So this comes from the Watchtower article or the Watchtower information. But this was always the images that we saw, like the you see the gaunt-looking rider of the black horse,
So famine,
and then death with death following him. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah,
And then war is very clear on the fire red horse.
totally. And he's also like the toughest horse, other than Jesus's horse.
Oh yeah.
Jesus's horse looks very.
Jesus has that bow and arrow drawn like Legolas.
I know. So when did these horsemen begin their ride? According to a 1983 Watchtower magazine article published by the witnesses, it was October 2nd, 1914. So take that for what you want, right? What Bible scripture talks about the sign of the end times? Okay, so in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, Jesus is sitting on the Mount of Olives when his disciples approached him and asked him, "What shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" And that's from the King James Version. Ours is a little different. And then he goes on to talk about wars and nations rising against nations, famines, earthquakes, like real end of world shit.
So like it's happening.
Yeah. That's why they're called the Latter-day Saints.
Oh.
And that's why the witnesses believe it's the last days. Okay.
Okay.
What generations were born in which year? So the baby boomers were between 46 and 64. When was your mom born? Do you remember?
My dad was born in 65. My mom was born in 66. So they're Gen
X.
The
yeah.
first 2 years.
And that's why we were discussing this. Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Gen X is 65 to 1980. So I'm also Gen X because I'm 79. So it's so weird that we're like at the opposite ends, right? Millennials are 81 to 2000. And then Gen Z is 2001 to 2020. But it's kind of unclear because Gen Alpha, it's a debate on did they start the generation in 2010? Because normally like a generation's around 20 years, so I don't know. But the other ones were very clearly defined on the internet. It's Gen Alpha, of course, Gen Alpha. The ones that said the N-word to your dad.
Oh, you think they were born after 2020?
Yes, they were like 12 or 13.
Yeah, but that would make them Gen Z.
Oh, maybe it would, you're right.
So Gen Alpha would be turning
that'd be
5
like
this year.
our niece and nephews, right?
They'd both be Gen Z, barely, because they're 2015, 2018.
And those Gen Z kids are rotten. I can't believe the one called your dad the N-word.
I know, on the streets of Salt Lake City.
On the streets of in downtown Salt Lake City, a block from the temple. Are Mormons encouraged to store water? Yes.
Yes.
The church recommends a minimum of 14 gallons per person, which is around a 2-week supply, 53 liters, for every single adult in your home. So your dad and Ruth are doing the right thing. How long has the Chinese civilization existed? Evidence of early formative civilizations date from around 5,800 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, why were we talking about Chinese civilization?
Just because, I'll tell you here. But there's some evidence that points to them having sophisticated farming tools dating back 8,000 years.
Okay.
So maybe they will be the ones that save us from ourselves. That's why I brought them up. Because I'm like, those people have been surviving for upwards of 8,000 years. They're going to keep on surviving. They're going to keep China-ing.
Leave it to China.
China. I forgot he said it like that. We never hear about China anymore.
No.
They were such a big deal in his first 4 years.
You know we will if he gets the chance to scapegoat him again.
That's true. They're cleaning up right now. They're making deals, making money. They're like, yeah, the U.S., you destroy the Western world, and we'll just keep China eating. Okay, and then some just quick cleanup things. It is called the Bishop's Storehouse.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a formal apology for referring to a former coworker as a mass shooter. or comparing them to one, but only because she's not smart enough to pull something like that off. And she has very little follow through.
Oh no, shots.
Oh, and the movie is called Interview with the. The. He's the last one.
The last.
Lestat. Yeah.
Wait, I thought Lestat wasn't the vampire. I thought it was the other one that they're interviewing.
Oh, that's right. But he does interview him at the end, remember?
No.
He's like, now I'm going to give you the choice that I never got. Yeah, when the interviewer, the journalist, is driving home, Lestat's in the back of his car.
Spoilers! What
From 1994.
If you haven't seen Interview with the Vampire, now you know the ending after what, like 3.5 hours? It's a long ass movie.
Yeah, but there you go. Yeet. That's all I have to say. Where did you get that
What
from?
were we yeeting?
You were yeeting me for something.
What got
I
yeeted?
have no idea. Is it
Yeet is a transitive verb.
Is it a gaming thing? Where are you using yeet?
In just this podcast, that's all.
Okay, all right. Well, yeet. Till next time.
All right. Yeet! Get out of here.
All right, love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeet.
I don't know if you like me. You took me from a place in the world where the light seems dim. But you ignore me to spite me. Still I take my chances even though that they might seem slim. You throw me into the deep end with no other reason than to see if I can swim. And you smell the blood like a shark and I watch while you easing. And I can't stop myself.